Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Poppy Nell, and in today's video I'm going to be doing the 10 art styles challenge. Instead of using my own character or avatar, I'm actually going to be drawing Pomni from Amazing Digital Circus because I have been obsessed with it lately. I rewatched the entire thing after episode 6 came out, so really it's just a justification to draw a bunch of Amazing Digital Circus fan art. That aside, let's get right into the video, starting with my art style. So one thing to keep in mind as I'm going through all these drawings is I did not give Pomni a nose in any of these, and that, like, she doesn't really have one. But then as I was like rewatching the show, whenever they were like in an anime style, she did have like a little dot for a nose, so I probably could have gotten away with just giving her a nose, but I didn't, so and I kind of regret that. I feel like these maybe would have looked, some of these definitely would have looked better if I gave her a nose, but I did not. The past, unfortunately, cannot be undone. This one was definitely the most chill to make out of all of them, but only because it's my art style, so obviously going to be way more comfortable with it than any of the other ones, which I don't think ever attempted to draw in, except for My Little Pony. That's an exception. I used to draw a lot of My Little Pony art, despite somehow not really having any evidence of that. I don't know how none of my Little Pony art was preserved, but yeah, apart from that one, I have not drawn in any of these other styles before, so this was definitely the most relaxed, most easy one to draw. By the end of it, I was actually really happy with how it turned out. I definitely made her very human-esque. I think a lot of people do when they draw her, but like all of the characters, they're like weird video game avatars, so I don't know how human they would actually look translated into the real world, still in their avatar bodies. Here's how Pomni turned out in my style, and the next style I'll be doing is Adventure Time. So some of these took significantly less time than others. Like Adventure Time is a pretty simple style. It was definitely super quick to do. Honestly, this whole challenge did not take nearly as long as I thought it would because so many of the styles didn't actually give me as many problems as I thought that they would have. And my goal with this challenge wasn't really to make her fit into these shows, just to draw her in the style of them, because the challenge was really more about practicing copying styles than it was about character design and making her seem like she actually would fit there. The next style is My Little Pony. Specifically, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. It was whenever I did this one, which, by the way, the speed paints are not in the order that I drew them, but it was when I was doing this one especially that I realized I think I made Pomni's skin tone way too, like, flesh toned, way too tan, I guess, even though it's still a very light color. She's supposed to be like a little clown, like a jester, and have like pale white, but I didn't want it to match her eyes, and I think I ended up making it the wrong color, but oh well, I guess. I was actually listening to the Creepcast episode where they were reading the Cupcakes creepypasta. If you know about that, you know about that, which I had never read whenever I was younger, and ew, why would anyone ever do that to the ponies? An awful listen, truly. And my favorite one, Ouran High School Host Club. This is another one where you either know it or you don't know it, and I just had to do this one. I used to love this show so much, and I still do. It's incredibly weird, but it's such a good show. A really fun thing about using Pomni for this challenge is that I can kind of imagine to myself that Kane is sending them on adventures that are themed around these shows. So as you can see, I gave Pomni the Ouran uniform, except it's red and it's got Kane as the school logo instead of the Ouran High School logo. So yeah, I just had a lot of fun with that. I just think it'd be so funny to see them in a host club setting. I also just think I did a pretty good job copying the Ouran High School style, so let me know if you guys agree. The next style is a regular show, and I don't really feel that there's much to say about this one, except for the fact that I think it turned out the ugliest, and I had the most trouble with it. And yeah, I'm not happy with this one, so I'm glad that the speed paint for this one is short so I can breeze past it. Alright, erase that one out of your mind because it's time for My Hero Academia! This one was another one of the ones that I had a lot of fun drawing. I used to watch My Hero Academia literally all the time, and I can't remember at what point exactly I stopped watching it, but I never finished it, and I don't know. I kind of think that I should, because going back and looking at art of all the characters to reference for this drawing was just making me feel so nostalgic, because I just used to love those characters in that show so much. And I know the fan base is cringe, but I do not care. Don't care. It was a good show, and I need to get back into it. Really, just drawing in anime styles is so much fun, and it makes me so happy because that used to be my goal. Here she is. She looks so cute. And moving on to the next one, Monster High. This was another one that was honestly pretty hard for me. I don't know what it was about it, but I just felt like it wasn't turning out quite right. Something is off, you know? Maybe it's the lack of detail in Pomni's design, because I didn't really add anything to her. Obviously, I changed the shoes to like heels and the top of the shoe to like a leg warmer, just to make it fit more with like the fashion doll aesthetic of Monster High. But I don't know, I even added like texture over all the yellow and seams everywhere, and I still just feel like this one kind of missed the mark. Overall, turned out cute, but didn't really feel quite right. Nearing the end, we've got Teen Titans Go! This is another one that I think turned out really cute, but I also realized while drawing this that I think one of the biggest things I struggled with trying to copy these styles is matching the line weight and the style of line art that a lot of these things use. Like, they're so different from each other, and I have a hard time picking up what the difference actually is, if that makes any sense. Second to last, we've got Steven Universe. I finished this one pretty quickly in comparison to some of the other ones. I don't know if it's the fact that there's no nose or what exactly, but something with it is off. Not to repeat myself. I don't think that I did horrible. I still think that it turned out really cute, but I don't really know if it quite looks like it belongs in Steven Universe. You guys let me know what you think. Last one for this video, we got Total Drama Island. And if any of you guys have seen my Total Drama video, then you already know that I like this show. But they do have a problem with body types, not having very many of them, so I wasn't sure what body type to give Pomni, but I just kind of made one up that's not really in the show because, yeah, I didn't like any of them. I don't think any of them fit Pomni's character. And she honestly looks weird in this style. Not bad, just weird. And that's it for this video. Here are all the Pomnis together. Let me know in the comments below which one's your favorite, which ones you think that I did best. And if you watched all the way to the end, thank you so much. Please consider liking and subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next one.